What is up? What is up? What's good, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to a very random, well, not really random. I kind of put a thumbnail out there yesterday, I think. Yeah, I posted yesterday. But anyway, welcome back to the ACS Universe Daily Show. I need to drop the daily because I just don't go daily. I just don't do it. But anyway, a lot of stuff to get into. Obviously, I hadn't really been live in like almost 2 whole weeks. I'm telling y'all, man, busy stuff. Busy stuff. Get my background. Obviously, here we go. Obviously, Superman trailer this week. We'll be talking about that. That came out. Actually, it's seen some good stuff. As far as anything I've seen from the Superman movie thus far, that was probably the best look as far as that goes. Anyway, I'll get to that in a bit. Talking about that. We're gonna talk about some box office from last weekend. I know this weekend, Life of Chuck just started. It's Friday the 13th. It's insane. How to Train Your Dragon starts this weekend too. Plus, I give my thoughts on a couple of movies. Obviously, Predator, Killer's fire, son. That shit was dope. That's the direction Predator is going is looking kind of nice right now with that, especially. Trachtenberg is killing it. And then Ballerina, man. Look, John Wick, that franchise has yet to disappoint me on. Well, the Continental was not that incredible for obvious reasons, but Ballerina was fucking nice, dude. And I'm gonna talk about that in a little bit too. Let's see. Let's get a couple things pulled up here. But first of all, I'll start this off with stuff I saw today.
What the hell is that?
Obviously, it's more than just stuff I saw today. It's been live for 2 weeks. Anyway, let's get this. Hope everybody's having an incredible week. I had a good week. I'm tired as hell. Work was crazy. But here we go. Yeah. Box office for last weekend, man. Lilo and Stitch stayed at the #1 spot. Ballerina debuted at #2. Obviously, the box office for that movie hadn't been looking too clean, but I don't know, man. It's a great film. It's great. It's a great movie. So I don't know where this franchise is gonna go forward with that. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Mission Impossible still in the top 5. The Final Reckoning, Karate Kid Legends, and Final Destination Bloodlines rounding out top 5. Phoenician Scheme, bring her back. Evil Eye debut at #8 and #9. Sinner still in the top 10, and Thunderbolts still in the top 10. Thunderbolts didn't make enough money, or it doesn't. People don't expect this movie to make enough money to break even by the time its box office run is finished, which sucks because I love Thunderbolts, and I don't think that's going to sway Marvel from that machine right there. I don't think it's going to sway them from continuing to use those characters and continuing to call them the new Avengers. But I don't know. Maybe I understand the secret they wanted to keep with the new title, but I feel like maybe if they had told everybody these were the new Avengers in the first place, maybe more people would turn out. But anyway, that's just proof that this day and age, man. Excuse me, let me take a drink. This day and age, when it comes to these movies, there's good movies out there, bro. People always tell us to make original content, make good movies. There's plenty of good movies in the theaters right now, man, like a lot. And people aren't going to watch them, and not just good. Like, I know I'm gonna say Ballerina's good because I'm a John Wick fan and I just love that kind of shit. And I know that so like Thunderbolts is a lot of people like that shit. You know what I'm saying? And it just didn't make money. People are reserving their their Yo, Droga, what's good, bro? What's good? William, what's up, bro? What is up? But yeah, a lot of people are choosing, I guess, that their money is, if they're going to go to the movies and take all the kids and everything, and it's going to cost them $150, they're not going to go to like Thunderbolts, which is a shame, even though Thunderbolts to me is a little bit more mature leveled Marvel film, because it deals with some themes that normally you wouldn't hear, like when it comes to like the youngsters and shit, the mental health stuff like that. But Thunderbolts was nice, man. So, couple things to jump into that I hadn't been able to get my thoughts on. Come on and roll, bro. Y'all are killing me with this. Stuff ain't wrong. First thing I'm gonna talk about is this damn popcorn bucket. The John Wick franchise may not have wings without him. Hey, man, I feel you, man. Yeah. Yeah, it did, man. I don't know about the break even part they was talking about, but yeah, it did. great, man. Thunderbolts is fucking dope, dude. It's a good ass fucking movie, man. Enjoyed it quite a bit. But yeah, I heard y'all talk about the John Wick stuff last night too. Anyway, this right here, the popcorn bucket. I know people have already been talking about it. I hadn't had a chance. This is insane. I know William was talking about he's gonna have that thing for $80. I don't blame you. It's nice. It's nice. You know what? I couldn't see myself spending this much on a popcorn bucket. However, when your eyes view it in real life for the first time, like you walk into the movie theater, say for instance to see Superman since it comes out before Fantastic Four, and you see this fucking thing sitting on the shelf, right, for sale already, bro. Let me tell you something. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, like I can't see myself spending it, but once I see it, right, if it's hey man, I wonder does anybody know the dimensions on this thing? Is it gonna be like this wide, and like sort of like this sort of tall of a thing? Who knows, man? But it's nice. That's dope, man. I like the details. I like the fact that the eyes light up. Yeah, man, it's nice, man. It's nice. Fantastic Four. Yeah. So, speaking of which, this right here was incredible, man. I don't know if y'all saw this. These lights, these drones was doing some Galactus shit. This was cool. This is cool, man. I like this shit. 7 inches high, 21 inches across. Holy shit. That's more than a foot. Dude, that's close to a foot and a half. Here's somebody in the background. Let's fucking go. That was nice, man. That's nice. Absolutely exciting stuff. They're gonna do some more. I didn't watch the whole video. As soon as I saw that Galactus, I was like, I just sent it to myself. I'm like, I'm gonna play this on the show. Is that it? Maybe, maybe not. Let's skip through. Oh, there we go. There we go. Hold up. Let me go back. All right, here we go. That's dope. That's dope. The marketing, right? It's good to see a lot of this shit, man, like everywhere. For sure. Pretty nice. That shit needs to happen over my house sometime. Wish I knew how to fuck with drones like that. But anyway, it was that. Bring this back down real quick. So yeah, all right. Let me see something. I gotta get up here. All right, one of the highlights I was talking about. Let me see something. Y'all bear with your boy. I'm trying to do something. All right. Okay, never mind. All right, anyway, one thing though I did want to mention that yeah, anyway, yesterday marked excuse me, I'm sorry, I got caught up looking at something. Yesterday marked 44 years anniversary of Raiders of the Lost Ark. Obviously, that's our first introduction to Indiana Jones, the live on-screen character played by Harrison Ford. Absolutely love every single movie in this entire franchise. I know there's the last two people sort of have their reservations about it. It's Indiana Jones, bro. I'ma love it. Man. Every time I see Harrison Ford in the hat, it's incredible, man. It's incredible. So, shouts out real quick. Bring these up. Couple of these cool ass posters. My homie, the indie guy. Alex Arnold posted a couple posters for Raiders of the Lost Ark. It was an introduction, man, and it's just stuff about this film that you're never going to forget. I mean, obviously the intro to the film is incredible with the ball chasing him down. He gets the idol. Alfred Molina's in that right there, which is also, I know I mentioned this before, that's the opening of the Indiana Jones game, The Great Circle, is you get to play that scene, which is incredibly dope. Yeah, nah, man. All of the dig scenes, oh shit, where's it at? Hold on, where's it? what is it real quick? the scene with the staff, you know, talking about with the light comes through. I think that's pretty dope. It's one of my favorite little things I got there. But nah, man, Raiders, man, and I'm trying to wait. I do have a couple box sets, but I'm trying to wait for a complete box set in like 4K of like the entire franchise. And then that's when your boy's gonna get that. I try to stay away from buying box sets when films are releasing. Like it's like John Wick 4. John Wick 4 has a nice looking box set for the 4 movies, but I'm like, man, imagine buying that right there for $50 and then they just release another movie in 2 years, bro. And you're like, what? So yeah, I tend to try to wait on the box sets, but yeah, man, nah, man. Raiders of the Lost Ark. That's a nice poster right there. Karen Allen, just everything about the movie, that bar scene, it's great. And obviously the opening of the arc at the end was some of the most vicious shit I had seen as a child, especially when old boy's face melts off. So, which is honestly, opening the arc is one of the greatest scenes of all time, in my personal opinion. But yeah, man, Raiders of the Lost Ark, 44 years ago yesterday, man. That's what it is, man. All right, let me get some things up here. All right, let's jump ahead real quick. I'll come back to some of this other stuff in just a second. Did want to talk about, well, you can't even see it right there. My bad. Predator Killer of Killers, man. Rubbing on it. All right, here we go. I'm trying to find this picture, man, that I had. All right, here we go. I don't know how good y'all can see that. That's one of the best shots from that entire thing, the entire film. It's only like an hour and 20-something minutes. One of the best Predator things I've ever seen in my entire life. Obviously, if you haven't seen it yet, spoilers, going ahead. I'm not going to sort of reveal everything, but I'm going to talk about a couple of key details in it. The animation, come on, bro. Come on, man. They knocked it out of the park with the animation, man. It looks really, really good. I didn't see any weak spots in it. Everything was so like viscerally, and it's just great, man. There's this one part where the Predator in the first scene, I think it's the shield when Predator's up and obviously camouflaged up in the trees, and the mosquitoes or the fireflies, lightning bugs are hitting it, and you can see all these sparkles like on its armor. It looks so fucking good, man. So I highly recommend if you hadn't seen it yet. So basically the movie is broken into 3 parts. Not 3 parts, but there's basically 3 different stories that they sort of weave into this one story at the end. They get the shield, the sword, and the bullet. They get like this Viking queen, a samurai warrior, so to speak, and a World War II pilot that sort of all 3 of them kill predators in different ways, shape, or forms that come to the earth to sort of hunt. And so being that they were strong enough or their will was good enough to kill these predators, they get taken to the predators' home planet to fight. And what ensues is some nice action, man, some nice scenes, nice sword play. The voice acting was incredible. I thought especially, sort of the craftiness of the mechanic. I can't remember his name. I should have wrote it down. There is an Easter egg right at the end of this movie. It deals, I don't want to go too much into that one, but I will say it deals with the movie Prey, which you all know was another phenomenal Predator film that has come out recently. And excuse me, this water. There's a little Easter egg in there at the end of that movie when it comes to that. So like it's pretty damn cool, man. I thought that the sort of aspects and the ways that the 3 different ways that the predators were killed on the earth were by these I'm just gonna call them some super beings. I mean, not the predators, but the people, because it's to kill a predator as a human being. Warriors is what they were, super warriors. Very crafty individuals with that. And I thought the second story, importantly, because there isn't any dialogue really, except for 2 lines basically, and it deals with 2 brothers who, as children, their father's like the samurai warrior, and he wants them to fight each other, I suppose, for who's going to take the mantle. The one younger brother, I guess he's slightly younger, refuses to fight his older brother. So the older brother comes to fight him. He puts his sword down, and then he takes over, and then he comes back from rings in a little bit. There's a couple of details, but I thought that was my favorite one, I think. Or I'd say that was the most well-done one, just because, like I said, the lack of dialogue and just having to understand the story off of just visuals was a nice touch. I think the funnest one was the third one, which was called The Bullet, with the Hispanic airplane pilot that sort of flew into World War II and was sort of a slash airplane mechanic. So, and again, this shot right here, just hey, what's good, Prima? What's good? What's good, man? Yeah, this shot right here, this is one of the most beautiful from it. This is obviously from the sword, in which case the predator was sort of observing. That's what the predators would do when they first got, well, except for the one with the third story, because that predator was just right after their ass, right off the rip of the beginning. So, but the other ones that sort of the predator sort of observed what they were looking at and they decided, okay, it's time for me to make my move and what have you. So yeah, man, predator, killer of killers. That's, I have to say, is highly, very highly recommended, man. Very highly recommended. All right, so here goes some more stuff. Let me go back to sort of stuff I saw today. So here's this. This is a, we had been hearing rumblings of an Invincible game, right? And it was going to be a fighting game and all of this stuff. We finally got our first look at it. I heard the creator, the writer, the creator of Invincible, sort of Robert Kirkman, said he cried the first time he played the game. That's how good it is. So releasing next year. Let's take a look at this trailer, man. I like it. I think it's pretty dope. And so if you guys haven't seen this, pretty fire.
Northbound is backed up all the way to 18th.
Again, I like the game animation.
This is ridiculous. Please.
This is crazy right here.
You're here.
Yo. Quarter up. Okay.
Had enough yet?
No, Dad, not even close.
Bro, imagine having to fight those Viltrumites. Invincible always taking the worst ass niggas I've ever seen in my life. Dope.
I hoped you'd understand why I had to do this. Accept our rule or die.
They got the voice actors in there. It's nice.
I'd like to propose a third option.
Hey.
I'm not your son anymore. I'm the guy who's going to throw you off this planet for good. I'm...
Look, some of this the game.
I trusted you.
Ready to bleed? This is over.
Clean, man.
All right, coming through.
Yo, what up? Yeah, it does, dude. I can't wait till that shit comes out.
Gotcha.
Need a hand? Might want to look up.
Yeah, you like this? It's an army.
I am ending you. I see it all now.
Visceral, man. Invincible Verse coming out on all these platforms, right? I think when it comes to like the fighting games, I remember I'm a bit of a Mortal Kombat guy, but when they released out the Injustice series, that's when I was like, oh yo, I'm into the fighting games. And then obviously, so this is coming 2026. Can't wait. Gonna be there day one for that. For sure. Playing online. I usually don't do a fighting game. I'm not that good at fighting games, so like when I play online, I usually get the cheeks clapped off of me like every single time. So yeah. Anyway, move on. Some more stuff. Let's see. All right, let's do this, man. Let's jump in real quick. Let's take a look. Obviously, I'm not going to rewatch the trailer in that manner. But hold up. So let's check out the Superman trailer, y'all. Like I said, premise before I get it, if you've been watching me, which is it's pretty difficult to watch your boy because I don't go live as often as I would like to. Let's see. Yeah, that's not gonna work. All right. As much as I would like to, but I will say this, and I've already talked about this in previous videos as far as my hype level for this movie. Not really that high, not really a James Gunn fan, but you know, I'm gonna give it a chance. I will be there day one because I'm a Superman fan, and I do want to see what the movie brings, how it's gonna be, what takes place in it, or whatever. And I hadn't been really that impressed, except for Crypto. Crypto it continues to impress me about this movie. That is the hypest thing for me about the Superman movie is Crypto. Because I'm a dog person, got two right in there in the other room, and I think Crypto's always been a firecracker. So anyway, excited about that. Now I will say this. I did see some things in this newest trailer, the tickets on sale trailer, that I was like, oh, okay. And again, look, I don't. If you guys follow me, I don't spend my time online hating on anything really. You could search my entire timeline, you won't find one thing where I'm hating on this new movie, or the fact that I'm not a James Gunn fan really. You ain't gonna find me on my stuff where you find a whole bunch of shit where I'm just hating on James Gunn, because I just don't do that, right? I just don't do that. So I just watch the stuff, give my thoughts. I admit, I'm saying I'm just like a lot of other people with, not seeing that our homie Zach's story was not going to continue. And it's fine. It's fine. You have to get over and get past some of that shit because you just have to, or else you drive yourself nuts, right? So anyway, in a little bit less than a month, this movie will be coming out, and they dropped when the tickets went on sale the other day, they dropped a new trailer, surprisingly, out of the blue. And there's some cool things in here, man. Cool things. Look, I'm interested in seeing how it turns out. I still don't like the suit at all. But, anyway, here we go. Let's take a look, man. Let's take a look.
Superman.
I will say, I am interested in sort of the conversation when it comes to some of this stuff, and especially the damage, because it looks like there's going to be a lot of damage, which I'm fine with. I love the carnage, dude. I've always thought it doesn't matter in real life. If superheroes existed in real life and they fought anywhere on this planet, that's happening everywhere. So even when all the shit talk about the destruction and Man of Steel, I'm like, if superheroes existed and fought anywhere, this shit is going to happen. I mean, shit, Fantastic Four, I guarantee you there's going to be some destruction in that. Galactus, big-ass size 72,000 shoes walking through New York. Yeah, there's going to be some destruction. So I'm glad they didn't look, Zach didn't shy away from it. It doesn't look like James is going to shy away from it either.
The most powerful being on planet.
Also, when it comes to the conversation about, Henry Superman not really saving people, homie, he was on the job for a day. This Superman's been on the job for 3 years. So, of course, man, he's finally tuned and polished his life-saving shit, man.
Earth.
Nice little shot.
We finally meet.
Ultraman. There's a lot of talk about who owns going to be Ultraman, bro. He does walk like Henry Cavill.
And of course, that reporter you always do interviews with.
Who raised you as a child?
I'll kill them too.
Something makes me believe that I'll kill them too line doesn't come at the same time as who raised you as a child. I don't think it just doesn't seem like it fits. in the same, like his voice wavelength or whatever. I dig the look though. I do think Nicholas looks great as Lex. So whatever. But it is sort of like the same Lex we've always seen besides the last movie.
No matter what you do to me, Luther, your plans won't work.
Wrap it up.
Good luck with that.
That's clean. Of course, I already told y'all the crypto stuff. I'm always going to be on board with the crypto, man. Come on, bro. Where is it at, man? I'm trying to see what it is. See crypto bite the helmet off. Superman giving a nice punch. I'm not going to get into whether or not these are humans or machines or whatever. Y'all can have that discussion in this trailer. Yeah, again, like I said, I hadn't been really too thrown into the air by anything that's come out before. This one, though, there are some things that I do like in it better than the others. A lot of stuff has been cleaned up, as you can see. I will say this before we even get to it. That shot of his arms at the end of the trailer when he's flying, no. I can't with that one. They look like rubber, man. This is insane. Oh, yeah. As much as I hate fucking Guy Gardner, that he's pulling off a clean Guy Gardner right there. Yeah, this rift in the city in Metropolis. There's a lot of speculation. I mean, probably interdimensional. I'm guessing. I like the other trailers, but this one showcases action. Yeah. So yeah, I think this is clean. This is very interesting, man. What is happening here? What is actually going on? I know, like I said, a lot of speculation. I listen to a lot of people talk about it on streams. I guess we won't find out until next month. Let's keep going.
Make a move, Big Blue.
This obviously that's him. It's fighting Ultraman. I wonder where they at, man. What stadium is that? Is that the one that was in Superman Returns? By the way, man, I always like to talk about that. I actually like Superman Returns. I own that movie on physical, man. It's not a perfect Superman film by any stretch of the imagination, but I remember when that movie came out and actually getting to see Superman on screen live with like updated and current visual effects, even though that was in the early 2000s. Like you hadn't seen him with with CG effects yet. You know, I mean, that movie was fire, man. I still like it. I know a lot of people don't, but the bullet bouncing off the eye, that shit blew me away seeing that for the first time in theaters and stuff. So yeah, the opening scene in Superman Returns with the plane and all that shit. Yeah, again, like I said, not perfect, but I do enjoy that very much. So that scene right there is crazy, wild. Who knows what's going on? Where's that? See Crypto here, Metamorpho here. Yeah. So anyway, lots of interesting things here, right? And obviously the context of that will be found out for us on the 11th of next month.
They chose him. Let them die.
Hey! Quit messing around!
I'm not messing around. I'm doing important stuff.
Not really a fan of that, but it is. Now that scene is pretty dope. I do like that. I like the in the circle, rotating 360, hitting them with the eye beams and shit like that. So that's pretty dope, man. It's pretty, like I said, this particular trailer showed some stuff in it that I liked a bit more than what I've seen previously. So anyway, we'll wait. I'll give my final judgment. Like, I can't stand people trying to give their final judgments on this movie. You ain't seen it yet, bro. Like, you know what I mean? It's been 28 with the heat business crazy. Yeah, no, it's nice. It's nice.
Hey, buddy. Eyes up here.
Yeah, I can't right here. I really can't with that part, man. I'm sorry. That looks a little that's a bit much for me right there. Maybe they'll fix it, man, because it does look like some of the scenes, like the one where the sun's hitting them, it looks like, of course I didn't watch the other one a whole shit ton of times, but it looks like they might have reworked some shit there or something. It just looks a little different than it does. But this is crazy. This is crazy right here. All right, so yeah. Why they got to put all the languages on there, bro? So anyway, yeah. Not too bad. Not too bad. Again, like I said, coming from what I've seen previously to right now, that's not that bad of a. It's pretty good. I see some things in there I liked. So there's that. Let's see what else. Oh yeah. I got to talk about Ballerina. Spoilers if you haven't seen Ballerina, John Wick's sort of spin-off film from the world of John Wick. William was talking about earlier. He's saying that it's not going to. He doesn't think, I have to agree because the movie was tremendous. I fucking love Ballerina. The action scenes. I've heard plenty of people say it before. If you thought that they might run out of ways to kill people in this franchise, they have not, and I don't think they ever will. I think the fact that early in the film they make there's a sort of line. Let me get on that background music back up here. There's a line in the that they give in the beginning of the film. It's perfectly placed where they're being trained in sort of an Eve, which is Ana de Armas's character's name, is sort of told by the woman is training her like, yo, you know what I'm saying? She says she's not strong enough to beat this dude. She said, yeah, you think that has anything to do with it? You're always going to be smaller than the people you're fighting. You're always going to be weaker. And so they tell her you have to find other ways. You have to cheat. And boy, does she take that shit to heart for the rest of the film. Obviously, gunshots, bullets, probably, I'd have to say, I think 1,000 people died in this film. There's a village at the end that she goes to. It's a revenge tale, if you didn't know. And she goes there to sort of finally finish out this revenge that she's been waiting for her entire life. This dude that killed her pops, like at the beginning of the film. And, in this little town, this little Icelandic, whatever you want to call it, she probably kills like 300 people, bro. I'm serious, right? And then John Wick shows up, who is in the movie a lot more than you might think from the trailers. And he shows up. He takes out a couple of cats because he's John Wick. He's going to do that when he shows up. I thought that these people know how to craft action sequences. The axe throwing, the proficiency of the gunshot wounds. You get to see her go through like a shoot house where they have like paint rounds or whatever, and it's just good, man. It's just good. I'm trying to think, man. I'm trying to remember. I didn't really get to make notes because obviously I was sitting in the movies watching this when it came, last weekend, so I can't really speak to. I didn't get to like sort of make notes. I'm trying to think mentally. I do know, and this is kind of spoilery. I'm sure this is not a thing. She sort of survives, and then there's a little thing that happens at the end that shouldn't be surprising to fans of this franchise. That sort of would kick us off into the future, but which I hope we get more. Maybe in John Wick's next film, because I do think they're coming out with another one. I think I heard that they're just trying to nail the story really, and I do think that maybe she shows up in the next John Wick film. Maybe. I think she held her own. Nothing about her character was weaker than John Wick. I don't think. Her and John Wick do get into a fist fight. He does whoop her fucking ass because he is John Wick. But it's sort of So at the beginning of the movie, not to give too much away, but at the beginning of the movie, she's hold on. It's toward the beginning of the movie. She's a child, and her father, is sort of murdered. So that's it. Like I said, it's a revenge story for her to get back. Damn, I can't remember what Ian McShane's character's name is. Not the concierge, but the hotel manager. He shows up in the movie to sort of take her to where she might get trained. Let's see, get this up real quick. Yeah. So overall, because I can't remember shit right now. Overall, I have to say that it's great. No, Ballerina's great. I would give it. It's a John Wick film. The action was top notch. It looked like a John Wick film. It felt like a John Wick film. Obviously, John Wick was there, so he, to give you that little thing of it. But I think I hope they make more, man. I hope they make more. Obviously, she goes through this entire thing. The flamethrower shit. Come on, bro. Fighting with flamethrowers, nice. And then that one scene, she sort of gets the water hose, and they go back and forth with each other. It's great, man. It is great. I think the way that they put together, Norman Reedus is in this film. Sort of the way that they put together that entire hotel sequence where, obviously you can't conduct business on continental grounds. And so there's some of that goes on in this film and sort of the repercussions of that, or what you would expect from the hotel or whatever. Lance Riddick, his last final role is the concierge in this film. It was good to see him in there. Obviously those scenes were filmed before he passed, rest in peace. And so, yeah, highly recommended. If you have not seen Ballerina, and you're probably, look, oh, my bad. I tend to think just like William does. I heard him say this on the show last night that they're probably, next week, you'll probably get an announcement of a release date for a video on demand for Ballerina. Because especially if the box office, like you saw, it was like 25 million, 27 million. I believe it's going to fall a bit this weekend. Because again, this is summertime, so every weekend brings brand new films to the box office. So I think that when it comes to Ballerina, it's probably going to drop this week, unfortunately, and it doesn't deserve to, man. It's a great, great movie, but I think, and also there's a little bit of that out there too, where some men don't believe that women are good action heroes. I don't see how the fuck you can think that, but anyway, yeah, they aren't even going to give it a chance, or they're going to wait till it comes to video on demand or torrent that shit or whatever to try to bootleg it or whatever. So yeah, there's that. All right, so a couple more things that I saw today. So, right quick, back to this right here. So obviously, Alien Earth is coming. I didn't get a chance, man, to watch that trailer with you guys on the show. Obviously, it came out last week, but here's a teaser that they just put out recently, and sort of like a little a new teaser for this. So let's check this. I am all on board for this. This looks fucking great. The actual first the official trailer they put out like last week looks very good. So let's check this out.
Feels good, doesn't it? Being more than human. But there's a price. Do you know what it is?
Yeah, so there's that. Yeah, I'm all on board for the for Alien Earth. Shit's gonna be nice, dog. Shit is gonna be nice. All right, so another thing I find interesting that I want to watch on here with you guys is this movie coming out called Weapons. Now, I'll tell you this: the trailer for that movie is insane. I think I watched it on the show. The way those kids run with their arms behind their backs are like, oh man, so weird, man. So let's check out this. This is a new clip from that movie. This comes out soon. Oh shit, pull this up. Dude. Intense. Parasites. I'm looking at the stuff on the board back there. Right. So anyway, if you're unfamiliar with Weapons, you can Google the trailer. It's it's in the middle of the night. This one classroom of kids, like they're all at home, sleep in their beds. Obviously, just get up and leave the house and run off into the woods. Man, so fucking creepy, dude. Like. Yeah, see, dude, Barbarian was fucking wicked, man. So yeah, I am Peter Piper vibes. Hey, hold up now. Some Peter Piper vibes, right? That's crazy. Let's get some more stuff. Real quick before we wrap this up. Gary Oldman, man. Gary Oldman is now he's Sir Gary Oldman, if you can believe that. Let's see, put that up there too. Let's see. Give me just a second. I'm trying to get this. All right, y'all. A couple more things before we bounce out of here. Obviously, it is coming. If you are not a fan, I got you. Not everybody is. Spaceballs 2 in this motherfucker, right? Let's put that up there, man. Spaceballs 2 is coming. I am excited, obviously. I won't say I've been waiting on this since the first one. I mean, obviously, we all remember that line at the end of the first one. So will we ever see you again? He's like, yeah, when we do Spaceballs 2, The Search for More Money. And then we never got Spaceballs 2. And so, like, so many years have passed. I was not expecting this to happen. And besides that fact, Mel is like, he'll be 100 years old next week or some shit like that. He's like really close to being, or 99. He'll be 99 next week. So, yeah, it's crazy. He released a little video clip. Said Bill Pullman and Rick Moranis are set to reprise their respective roles as Lone Star and Dark Helmet in the new Spaceballs movie from Amazon MGM Studios. When it comes to Spaceballs, man, look, I remember not seeing this in movie theaters as a Star Wars fan myself. I remember William was talking about this sort of. I didn't like the fact that movie cast. Like, wait a minute. But when I finally gave it a chance and finally also realized for me personally that Star Wars is never going anywhere. Just because I like this funny ass, this sort of movie that pranks on one of my favorite franchises. Star Wars, the original movies still exist, right? So I just sort of open-mindedly watched this for the first time when I was still young, and I loved it. It was funny. It was ridiculous. And so, yes, I am interested to see what they come with in this movie. I'm sure they're going to be gagging everything. I wouldn't be surprised. Obviously, Bill Pullman's son, Lewis, is going to be playing his son in the movie. Obviously, he might be playing some kind of Kylo Ren type that they might go with when it comes to that. So, Keke Palmer's joining the cast. Let's see what these details have right here. Let me see if they got that. Come on, bro. Come on, no ass. All right, so updated with new details. Bill Pullman and Rick Moranis are set to reprise their respective roles. Amazon declined to comment and character details for Palmer on the wraps, as is the sequel's plot. Maybe Keke Palmer's playing because you know what? What's her name? Joan Rivers. Joan Rivers is no longer. She ain't here no more. She played the sort of C-3PO-esque Andrew or robot or whatever. So maybe she's taking over for that kind of role, man. Maybe I don't know. I don't know what to think, but that's the first thing that I think when I obviously see that. Let's see. Mel Brooks obviously showed a video about them going back to the let's see. Yeah. All right. So yeah. Spaceballs 2 is coming. I'm excited, man. I think we might be okay. I think if you're a fan of Spaceballs, I'm pretty sure it's going to be right on par with the first film. A lot of updated jokes and things of that nature. Matter of fact, yeah, let's take a look. Let's take a look and see what this thing says, right? This is the official thing that they sort of released to sort of announce this thing, which is absolutely. A sequel to the prequel, a prequel to the sequel. Two dudes. Clowning. Can y'all say clowning? Damn, DCU and Tim. I didn't notice that in the first one. Cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. I didn't notice the DCU attempt in the first. A whole streaming service of Star Trek. Oppenheimer, bro. So there it is. Spaceballs Part 2 coming. The Schwartz returns at some point in time in 2027. Oh, man.
After 40 years, we asked, what do the fans want? But instead, we're making this movie. May the Schwartz be with you.
So there you have it, Mel Brooks talking about the Schwartz. So anyway, yeah, Spaceballs 2 coming soon. Couple of some news. Andor, if you want to talk about it, Andor has officially reached the number one ranking on Nielsen's streaming chart. Lots of views. Its final episodes, 931 million minutes for the week of the final episodes. Rogue One also climbed the number 9 on the streaming movie chart with 179 million minutes viewed. Obviously, Andor was a force, sort of reminded people how good Star Wars can be. And He says if this show had been dropped one episode at a time, it would have never charted. I don't know what he's trying to hate on the show or what. I have no idea what that is. Me sneaking in my neighbor's house and turning on their streaming juice to Andor's viewership numbers. Crazy. Anyway, but yeah, Andor, love that show. I've talked about it ad nauseum on this, so let's move on. A couple cool ass things right here. Hasbro has announced a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive 20th anniversary Revenge of the Sith Black Series with Anakin and Obi-Wan. This is cool as hell. William, hey, if you're still out there watching, when you go to San Diego Comic-Con, grab me one, bro. Let me know how much it is, man. Let me shoot you the funds. I need this. Very seriously need this. So anyway, obviously making some iconic scenes from Revenge of the Sith. So yeah, man, look how detailed that is. I need this, man. And it's an exclusive. Probably gonna come with this little base. That's insane. But again, exclusive San Diego Comic-Con 20th anniversary thing. I need that. I need that in my life as soon as possible. So Gary Oldman, like I said, he has been knighted. He is now Sir Gary Oldman. So shouts out, congratulations to my man Gary Oldman, one of my favorite actors of all time. I used to always call him the actor of many faces because this is probably one of the only few films you see Gary Oldman where it's actually his face, like without, obviously the mustache is there, but you know exactly what I'm talking about. So there he is right there, the prisoner of Azkaban. By the way, all the Harry Potter stuff, I'm not really a Harry Potter guy. If you were on here, we talk about that kind of stuff. But let's see. One more thing I wanted to find, I guess. Oh, yeah, here we go. So here's a picture that has all the Superman popcorn buckets that can be acquired at movie theaters this summer. Obviously, you have those there. Let me get one more thing pulled up because this one right here, I might have to try to go for this one. As you know, if there's nothing else that I find to be exciting about the new Superman movie, the Crypto is indeed he is just that for me. That is Crypto. Anytime I ever see him in the trailers, anything they're ever doing with him, the CG looks really good. And again, I'm a dog person and I like Crypto. So obviously, anytime I see that's going to be a thing I talk about. So bam, here we go. Crypto right here. Popcorn bucket. Nice, man. Dope, dog. That's something I can get. Now that's something I can see having sitting in my living room on the coffee table filled with candy or something for people when they come visit. They can just grab themselves one out every now and then like that. And then obviously here's all of them right here. Son of Krypton got this popcorn bucket. Again, this one right here is pretty nice. This one right here, I think it's like $50. It's like a popcorn machine. I wonder if it really pops popcorn. That'd be worth the money. Again, like I said, not really a fan of this Superman shield that they're using for this Superman, So, but this stuff looks cool, man. Looks cool. Can't hate on it at all. Can't hate on it at all as far as what they're doing with that kind of stuff. So anyway, I think that's gonna do it, man. That's gonna wrap up the show. Appreciate everybody who watched. Appreciate everybody who took the time out of the day to view it. Like I said, I try to do as much as possible, as often as possible, but my schedule is insane. It is out of a 24-hour day, I'm usually going about 16 hours out of that. Like I'm talking about without downtime. So to be able to get on here just for this 52 minutes and talk to you guys about stuff that I've been seeing lately and give my thoughts on it, that's incredible. So yeah, I appreciate you guys. And let's see, get this down right here. Yeah, appreciate you guys, and hopefully I can jump on here Monday and talk to y'all and share my thoughts on some stuff. But until next time, man, peace out.